Lesson number 16. Campaign in the South. Plan of campaign. The coronation ceremony was over, but its joy was short lived. A short while after the coronation, on 17 June 1674, Mahasahib passed away, while all his subjects looked upon Shivaji Maharaj as their protector. Shivaji Maharaj himself depended upon the advice and help of Mahasahib. She was the true guide and guru in his life. He was deeply grieved at the loss of his mother, but he had very little time for sorrow because he had to administer the kingdom which he had established. He decided to attack Karnataka. He was no longer afraid of Adil Shah because the kingdom of Bijapur was practically on its last legs. The real threat to Swaraj was from the north, for the Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb was biding his time to destroy the Maratha kingdom. There was no knowing when he would attack and swallow the new kingdom. Shivaji thought that this campaign would create a powerful base in the south from where he could resist the blows of the Mughals. With this in view, he planned a southern campaign. He approached Qutub Shah of Golconda for help, and the Shah readily agreed to give whatever help was needed. There was yet another reason for the campaign. Shivaji's stepbrother Venkoji was looking after Shahaji Raje's Tanjore Jagir in the south. He would not give Shivaji his share of the ancestral Jagir, neither did he display any love for Swaraj. He treated Shivaji with indifference. Shivaji thought that a personal meeting would resolve the dispute and Venkoji could be persuaded to help in the work of Swaraj. Visit to Golconda. Shivaji Maharaj started on his southern campaign. Abul Hasan Qutub Shah of Golconda had invited him to visit Golconda. He therefore decided to visit Golconda first and then proceed with his conquest of the south. Golconda was the capital of Qutub Shah's kingdom. He made great preparations to receive Shivaji. A special shamiana was put up where the two would meet. As Shivaji entered the capital, people lined the streets to have his darshan. Stories of his exploits were the talk of the whole country. People had heard of the death of Afzal Khan at his hands, of the discomfiture of Shaista Khan, and of Shivaji's miraculous escape from Agra. Because of this, Shivaji Maharaj received a royal welcome. People showered flower petals on him from the housetops. Acknowledging this wonderful reception, Shivaji entered Qutub Shah's darbar. Qutub Shah came down halfway to receive him. He seated Shivaji Maharaj alongside himself as an equal on a specially prepared throne. He left nothing undone as far as reception was concerned. Conquest of Jinji. Taking leave of Qutub Shah, Shivaji proceeded south and reached the east coast. To the south of Chennai is the fort of Jinji. It is a big fort, as big and strong as Raigad. Shivaji besieged and captured it. A strong southern base was thus created for Swaraj. Then he besieged the Vellore fort. The siege lasted for several months, but the fort could not be conquered. Shivaji had to train his guns on the fort from a neighboring hill before he could conquer it. His southern campaign brought under his rule several forts and a territory with an annual revenue of 20 lakhs. Meeting with Venkoji Raje. Shivaji Maharaj invited Venkoji Raje, his stepbrother, to meet him. Venkoji Raje reluctantly agreed. Shivaji received him with great honor and tried to win him over. He appealed to Venkoji Raje to help him in the work of Swaraj. For a few days, Venkoji Raje stayed with Shivaji Maharaj, but one night he returned to Tanjavur without even taking leave of Shivaji Maharaj. From Tanjavur, he actually attacked Shivaji's forces took heavy toll of the attacking troops and Venkoji Raje was defeated. Shivaji Maharaj was deeply pained at Venkoji Raje's behavior. He wrote to him and tried to persuade him to change his ways. He conferred on him the territory south of Jinji and set aside a small part of Karnataka as a gift for Deepa Bai, Venkoji's wife. He said in his letter to Venkoji Raje, "Do not put your trust in your enemies. Follow the path of valor." After the conclusion of this successful campaign of Karnataka, Shivaji returned to Raigad. While he was yet to overcome the strain of this campaign, he had to undertake a naval campaign against the Siddhi of Janjira. At this time, Maharaj was 50 years old. He had toiled continuously for nearly 35 years without any time to rest. The people's protector, is no more. On 3rd April 1680, Shivaji Maharaj died, plunging his people into a sea of sorrow. The protector of people passed away. In his lifetime, Maharaj achieved so many great things. He vanquished very powerful enemies and founded Hindhavi Swaraj. There was none in the whole of India who could match his achievements. He was a great national figure.